Welcome back. I am your host here, Destruction, and today you are looking at another game of Subterfuge. Now, jumping right into this game, I was the last person to join. And if you know anything about being the last person to join a game, you know that it is very hard to form authentic diplomatic relations. And that's because either majority of the people are already in an alliance, or because your neighbors have it set in mind that you're going down. That being said, I I just knew that Red and Navy were planning to attack me. So I reach out to Brown and Olive to form an alliance individually, but to secure my southern border, most importantly. And when they accepted, it was a green light for me to go. And so I sent my queen to Feld, expecting an immediate attack. But it never came. Now, at this point, I reach out to them to see what exactly was going on. And they both reassured me that they had no plans to attack me and that they weren't in cahoots with the other. And so that was great for me, and I'm sure for them because they probably had no idea what I was doing. So I started to shift my attention towards Sky Blue because who else? Now, I would like to say that Sky Blue was oblivious to it, but I doubt it. He sends 21 to Tiberius, but he also sets up to attack Navy, possibly. I don't know. So I communicate back and forth with my allies and Red and Navy just to make sure we're all good. And I make sure that nobody has any serious ties with Sky Blue here before I attack them. And to which they confirmed that they didn't. And so from my end here, I assumed that Sky Blue was completely caught off guard. And that wasn't true. As much as I wanted it to be true. Now me and Navy here had a deal, but it kind of fell through. So I gift him 70 drillers, which I do not recommend. And he gifts them back. Now as you can see here, Sky Blue launches a counterattack, to which I'm completely not prepared for. And so I'm scrambling to gather drillers and gather a defense. And I nudge Navy here to kind of attack him at Ati, and hopefully he would have moved on to Seabass. And so me and Brown here we were arguing at this point, because before he had gifted this, he gifted I don't know, I think it was about 30 drillers, or he was in the pre-stage of gifting drillers to Triton. And I coincidentally got online at about the 3 minute marker on the pre launching stage. And I'm asking him, like, what's up? I thought we were allies. And it turned into this whole argument, and, yeah. Moving on, he decided to cancel the gift. That's why you don't see it. And he decided to give to me instead. Now, I was trying to not let him overpower me at Wallace here, while at the same time trying to defend against his attacks coming in from Triton here. I'm scrambling to gather drillers at the same time, and in theory I probably should have moved the foreman instead of the king with the smuggler. Yeah. But we're here now. And so we reached the point of the game, I think, yeah, where Sky Blue reaches out to me. And he explains to me how pointless our fighting is. And I agree with him, and we agree to not attack each other. However, in our agreement, he was supposed to move the drillers and the specialists from Triton. And he did that at first. He sent back his navigator and king for some odd reason. And me and him argued because he considered me attacking as me breaking our agreement, but I considered him returning the specialist to Triton as him breaking the agreement. However it went, we were attacking each other again. And so, fast forwarding here, I simply start to prepare an attack force, while at the same time trying to nudge Navy here to fight. Now, I did try to get Red here to join in, but he was, I don't know. I don't know. So fast forwarding, and Navy does actually attack him after I give him the outpost. Or tell him I was going to give him the outpost. Better yet. And so I get myself into a position to where I believe he's sleeping. And I launch, of course. And he's not sleeping, of course. And his next hire is an elder, of course. And so I fall back here to Triton, and I think of a different game plan. At the same time, I'm a little bit worried about purple here, because in the beginning of the game, Brown threw me and purple into a group chat in hopes that we'd be in this three-way alliance, but I never said anything in this group chat, and so I didn't really approve of it. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that purple is kind of catching on, but he turns to attack Navy in a very scary way. So moving on, Olive tells me that Brown and Beige are just hammering him and that he has no way to win the fight. and he was thinking about resigning, and he was my ally as well. And usually, when my allies go to war, I try to stay out of it. But I really wasn't feeling Brown. And so I made a deal with Olive, and in this deal, I promised him second place at any means necessary. Now, that was a shortened version of what I said in the deal, of course. So, going back to where we were, he gifts his Minister of Energy and a few more specialists, actually. And he heads for Humblerod. Now, I start hiring sentries. I'm sorry, I started doing that a while ago, actually. But I start hiring sentries to kind of deter an attack, hopefully. And I kind of nudge him over here at Boxer Light to see if he'd respond. And he did, of course. Now, me and Olive coordinate here and discuss our different options as he's residing at Humbleride and assisting me a little. Kidding, a lot. And it might look like I'm a little bit idle here in my war with Sky Blue, but I'm doing something very important. Now, at this point, I've tracked down not Navy's, Jesus, again, Sky Blue's sleep schedule. And I believe I did it for a few days, but today was the day. And so this was the turning point of the game, actually. I forgot if Red resigned or auto-resigned, but I believe he auto-resigned. Now, Purple's, of course, scrambling. He doesn't really want a confrontation. He's still fighting Navy, so he's focused on that. Beige here is trying to collect the specialist at Shasta, but I make sure that that doesn't happen. And so I try to make a deal with Navy. Probably the same deal I made with Olive, but that doesn't work. He gets eliminated. And so I just start preparing for different things, different situations that might happen. Me and Beige never really had any type of communication until now. And so the moment was tense, the communication was tense. There was no real communication. And so I collect specialists from two players that were eliminated / resigned or auto-resigned. At this point, I have about, 3, 4, 5 engineers, and I feel like I'm miscounting something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 admirals. And so you can imagine there being some type of group chat to take me out. Now, Purple did asked me here to attack. Well, not attack, I'm sorry. To collect the specialist at Kachin. And so he sends a driller to collect the specialist. Now, I think I was half asleep when I agreed to it, but either way, it happened. And so, Beecher, as you can see, has already launched his attack. And I think he just wants to get this over with at this point, because we know that he can't win. So I make a deal with Beige for him to stop resisting in return for third place, meaning I wouldn't necessarily eliminate him. And so he accepts the deal, and I made the deal because it would be a lot of work trying to take out nearly 500 drillers. Moving on, my next biggest competitor was Purple. And I saved the best for last, which is Brown, because why not? And so at this point, I'm encouraging Olive to take my outposts. And I also track down Purple's sleep schedule. That's important too. Forgot. But I encourage him to take all of the outposts that he can take. Oh, and well, yeah. And so Brown here feels threatened at this point, and he tries to take out Olive. And Brown is my, and I say this loosely, he is my ally to a certain extent, I guess. I don't know. He by word he is my ally, but I don't know. It's complicated. But Olive is my ally too, and he resigns because I launched an attack. I don't remember where. Well, right here. I launched an attack, and he just wasn't having the 8 admirals. I think there was more at this point, but that's not the point. And so I made a group chat with Olive and Beige and asked them if it was okay if I ended the game, and they said yes. Now, that is really it, actually. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And until next time.